Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome to a special championship edition of Fourth and Fantasy. It is week 17. The trophy is on the line, and we are breaking down the entire Christmas Day slate. Cowboys, Lions, Chiefs. We got it all covered. This is your fantasy playbook to more championship wins. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I don't follow no script. I make my own lane, got a spreadsheet mind and a red rash brain. Dynasty beats got that tape in my veins while they drafting by names. I'm exposing their game, no cap. We study the craft like film room rats. Gyms in the fourth while they stuck in the past. It's levels to the dynasty, keep or flex. From rookies to pros, we demand and respect. That's real. And I ain't never need clout for my clout to show. Just a mic I take and a team I grow. This ain't just picks, it's principle G. It's fourth and fantasy where you build your legacy. We 10 toes
down, and we stand on facts. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. This is Fourth and Fantasy. I'm Honcho, and this is my guy
Siriaco, call me Rocco.
And we are, like we said, your fantasy playbook to more championship wins. And hopefully, championships that you are in, you get that dub. I have to recount, but I am in, I believe, four or five championships this year. A good portion of my leagues, unfortunately, last week got either Puka has some really tough spots into where my guys just didn't play to their fullest potential, and now I'm fighting it for third place in a few of these leagues, which I find quite annoying. But here's a funny thing: in one of the championships I'm in, I did not draft the team at all. I made a few trades after, but I had forgotten when the initial the trade was for the league. This is on Yahoo, so I completely missed the whole thing. The computer picked all my players. For the most part, I will say it did a pretty good job because the players that it did pick, I probably would have selected, but except for like Jalen Hurts and things like that. But now I'm in that same league. I'm in a championship off of players I did not select. Shout out to the computer this year for helping your boy out. That could end up winning me some money here.
AI, not only will they destroy us eventually, but they'll also pick a damn good fantasy football team.
Damn good fantasy team, I tell you that, man. But Rocco, how you feeling today, man? How's your Christmas going?
Oh, man. But first off, we are a fantasy football podcast for Dynasty Sickos by Dynasty Sickos. Everybody's welcome. I'm feeling great, man. We just opened the presents here. The kids got most of what they needed and some of the wants, so they seem pretty happy. So if they're happy, I'm happy. I got this nice watch. It's a smart watch the wife got me. It's a very smart watch. It's so smart I don't really know how to use it yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. The other thing I'm really happy about is that I am 8-4 last week. So I'm moving on in 8 leagues to the championship round. I was 5-5 going into Monday, and then CMC did what CMC does. One league I needed him to outscore Jonathan Taylor, and we had some like DBs because it was IDP, and he did that with that last touchdown. In another league, I'd already given up for dead. That's why I thought I was 5-5. I was down like 31 points, and CMC came through with 37. So I'm in another final there. The other one I was projected to win, so I did. I also had CMC on that team. So I guess the moral of the story is, when I told everybody in the offseason to go buy some CMC, you should have did it because he is the league winner, and hopefully, he can bring home those ships this weekend.
Now that you bring that up, Rocco, can we all just clap it up real quick for CMC making it through almost a full? We still got one more game to go.
We got one more game.
Let's clap it up for CMC for making it through a full NFL season, man, and becoming or getting back to the league winner that we knew he was. I know a lot of people going into the season were skeptical. People were literally shipping that man off.
I had people telling me I was crazy and that they will never, ever buy into CMC ever again. well, guess what? You fucked up because that dude probably beat you somewhere along the way, and that's the reason why you're not going for a championship this weekend.
You don't fucked up, champ. But
You're fucked up.
we do
Merry
have
Christmas.
some exciting. I won't say exciting slates today. It depends on what the Cowboys and Commanders, as their first game of the day, they get us going. Commanders right now, they pushed a lot of people to IR at this point. If you need some, honestly, some guys that you need to get you a championship, get you that ring. If you're asking me, Cowboys are still coming out hot. They're not resting none of their starters for them. Yes, our season's over. We're not going to the playoffs, but we do want to end the season on a high note. And I believe Dak is going to come out firing. I believe CD is going to come out firing. I think George Pickens is going to have another nice day. I can see Jake Ferguson getting back right, but at the same time, I don't want that. I'm not going to bet the farm. This is championship week, baby. We need actual productive stats coming out of this. All right, Jake Fergie. We've actually had this. I've had this discussion with. I had this discussion with fellow Cowboys fans, and we talked about how Fergie basically has 80 receptions but only 600 receiving yards. That shit makes you want to kind of throw up. Yes, TDs is cool, but he does nothing for you playmaking wise. I just don't feel comfortable riding or going with Jake Ferguson for a championship week. But George Pickens is one of my favorite guys. CD is one of my favorite guys. I think Javonte Williams is going to be good. He is healthy. For the Commanders, Rocco, who do you honestly? I'm not really putting my championship on the line for any Commander at this very moment. Whether that's because Mariota's out, correct? So I think Josh
Mariota is confirmed out.
Yep.
I mean, they're playing an hour and a half, so that should be called already.
Hold up. And while we keep going, we got Tron Force 8199. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. He asked, would you play Bo Nix or Tyler Shook? I could stack Shook with Olave and Juwan Johnson. Or is this too all in on the Saints? Rocco, you the Saints fan here. It's championship week. Help out Tron here real quick.
I think the Saints game could be a rookie showcase. Because you have Cam Ward against Tyler Shuck. Two guys that were drafted in the early rounds in this draft class. The thing I'm worried about with Bo Nix, how much does he actually have to do to win this game?
Correct.
They had Gardner Minshew, who also had an ACL injury, so he's out. So I don't know anything about this guy. And this third string quarterback is going up against one of the best defenses in the entire league in the Denver Broncos. So I think this is going to be a defensive game for the Broncos. I think they'll have they'll have some passing goodness there, but I feel like it's going to be a defense and a run game heavy script. While I feel like Shuck, I feel like that's going to be more of a game, even though you say it's the titty. So
it's the titty.
How good a game can it be? But they've been playing a little bit better ball lately, and I think that's the type of game that should be a lot closer than you would think it would be for a team with a 3-game winning streak. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with Shuck here, and I think I'm going to stack Olave and Juwan Johnson.
I like the way you're thinking right now, Rock. With Bo Nix, they don't really need to do anything right for this. They could literally sit their starters today if they wanted to, with being at the top of the AFC. Which I get it. None of us would want that. Whether you have Troy Franklin, whether you have Bo Nix, whether you have RJ Harvey, you would not want that.
Maybe Harvey.
Like I could very much see, this game getting out of hand, especially with damn near the Chiefs on their third string quarterback at this
Mhm.
point. Is it? And Rocco, answer this for me, man. You at this point, you can't trust any Chiefs player for a championship for your championship, correct?
No, I mean Rasheed Rice went out. It looks like Travis Kelsey's already checked out. I mean, I have a hard time seeing how they're going to move the ball at all. Maybe they get some kind of special teams play, but
Mm,
I mean, we just saw the Titties beat up on the Chiefs, and who would have
yeah,
thought? Who would have said that? To start the season. I know Mahomes was out, but the thing is, even the defense seems like they've packed it in now that they know they have no shot of making the playoffs. I think everybody's just kind of given up on this season, um, and they're just looking forward to next year because there's literally nothing to play for. We're talking about a team that had championship aspirations coming into the season, and now
yep,
they've been eliminated 3 games before the end of the season. I mean, they likely been eliminated longer than that, but mathematically they got eliminated, I think, a couple weeks ago.
yep.
So yeah, there's nothing for that team to play for. So how to keep a game with the Denver Broncos close? The Broncos would just have to play down to the competition, but this close to securing maybe a first round bye and losing, the team losing last week, I think they're going to be primed up and ready to really run all over the Chiefs. And I just don't see how the Chiefs are gonna with um, keep up with the Broncos. So yeah, I'm not investing in any Chiefs whatsoever.
So for this game, where we specifically, I think with when you're looking, and uh, we'll get to Kid 1097. Shout out to you. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you. But you are correct in your way of thinking. I think with the Broncos game, that could very quickly get out of hand to where it's not a point of a game. And but also, if it gets to that point, then you have a lot of passing. But it'd be garbage time at that point. And I don't think you're going to get a lot of productive or production out of Worthy today. Uh, shit, our good boy Jalen.
Would he finally get on the field? Maybe
Maybe,
he
dog.
sneakily finally gets on the field now that
I
everybody's
hope, yeah.
hurt.
I
Now that
hope.
everybody's hurt, and he could throw with the third string, who's probably been throwing with in practice. So maybe we get a flash in the pan in these last couple of weeks for our guy Royals, because it has been. I mean,
Sleep.
and as bad as the offense has been all season, like maybe they should have put that guy out on the field at some point. I mean, uh, Worthy's not doing anything. People that got rid of him for a first, like myself, looking pretty smart today, because you're not going to get a first for Worthy
No,
anytime soon.
agreed. Uh, Kid, Dak in a blowout or Brissett probably chasing points. Rocco, the Cardinals today have the Cincinnati Bengals. Both teams are out the playoffs at this point. But for fantasy wise, I don't think Burrow wants to go out a sucker this year. I don't
Hmm.
think Jamar Chase wants to go out a sucker either. Could we see Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow have a championship week to win you a chip? Or is this
That's
game or is this a game that we're kind of just like, it could be a
no, absolutely not.
love it.
This is the kind of game that we pray for before the season starts, because if Burrow didn't want to play, by all means, there's no reason for him to play in this game because there's nothing to play for on either side. And Brissett, this is another opportunity for him to showcase his talents, to audition for another team, to audition for the Cardinals. So I mean, they haven't won a game in 2 months, so they obviously like to win a game, and their defense has totally fallen off a cliff, leading to a lot of these shootout type of game scripts. So I am hoping for a shootout, because I'm forced to start Brissett in spots. Last week I started him by choice. This week I'm starting him by need because it doesn't look like Lamar Jackson is playing this week, and I have him as my third in a couple leagues. So I'm hoping for a shootout type of week, but Dak is your guy. Who would you go with? Do you think that Dak has one more huge game left in him before the
Yeah,
season's out?
yeah, big dog, for sure, for sure. I think
I,
with how the Cowboys season has gone and how we started the season and then how we kind of trying to end it. I know Shadi wants to end this season on a high note. They don't want to come out of this with an L. And we're
Mhm,
facing our NFC East rival. I think you want to go in there and bust these guys in the face, punch them right in the mouth, get them out their way, embarrassing them, and then go home for the season. I believe we get Quentin Williams back today, so we should be fine in that area. And I'm not really much scared about the Commanders' offense in general. I think here is a statement game where the Cowboys, you come in, you try to get right, and for CD, you try to get CD ball, you try to get George Pickens, and try to, I know it's been a very disappointing. Shout out to all my
mhm.
Cowboys fans who out there. We very much had to endure all the bullshit this year, but 2026, I think it's up, and we're going to be okay. I'm rolling with Dak here. I know Brissett. It should be a back and forth game. Trey McBride kind of let a lot of people down last week. I won't say him himself, but he didn't have the typical Trey McBride week that we're adjusted to.
Mhm.
So I think with Dak, I'm leaning Dak this way over Brissett. But if you, as Rocco said, he has to start Brissett in a couple of places with Lamar Jackson being out, which is a crazy blow to people who needed Lamar for a championship week. I know that sucks. And Rocco, I said this in a Discord. I've said this on Twitter. I've said this in personal spaces. Making it to the playoffs is a skill. Making it to the championship is like 60% luck. All right. If your players just turn out to have a shitty week, like it just don't turn up, and then you get bounced out. I've had that happen. I've had where my players just tragically had a horrible 1 week, bounced back the next week, and
Mhm.
had more points than the people in the championship.
All the time. Doesn't that piss you off?
It pisses me off. So when I say this to everyone that watches, don't get too high, don't get too low. I kind of had that point for myself this previous week of, since I'm honestly battling for a lot of third places. I've had this past week a lot of my teams just shit the bed.
Mhm.
Honestly, if I could have been in 10 championships this week if everything went nice and great. It just didn't go my way. Would you agree? That's just fantasy. That's just fantasy, man.
Man, we had this debate, and um, we had this, not really a debate, just like a discussion in the Discord. What do you dislike the most? Do you dislike when you just don't have a chance, like in the playoffs, and the other team just has their best week in the semifinals, or
Mhm.
the quarterfinals, and your number one, number two seed team that's been leading all year gets eliminated, wiped out, and like you never had a chance?
Mhm.
Or do you hate it more when you sit the wrong people and you cost yourself, that ability to move on because you got a galaxy brain and you
Uh,
started Audric Estime
no.
and Jacoby Brissett over Matt Stafford and Kenneth Walker III, which cost me one final. I would have been in 9 finals today if I didn't make that lineup decision. Either one would have put me into the final. Matt Stafford over Brissett, Kenneth Walker over Estime.
Mhm.
I was too high on my horse. I didn't think about the Taysom uh, game that was sure to happen in his possible last game at home. What do you dislike the most?
I have to go with the. I mean, the second one also hurts because it goes right directly to your starter sit kind
Because you
of.
fucked up.
Yeah, that's on you, 100%. Like you could have went the other direction. I think the first one I am dealing with quite a bit from this past week, where your players just didn't play up to their potential. Uh, and one to go to the championship on the line. I was the favorite. I was projected to get 138 points. My players finished with 92. 92. And the guy that's going over to the championship now, he didn't even scratch 138. He didn't get higher than my 138. So if I actually did, I would have won. CD Lamb didn't hit. Javante Williams didn't hit for me. Who else? A Coker didn't have a full potential game for me as well.
Mhm.
RJ Harvey, shout out to you, had an amazing week for me. Jameer Gibbs, I needed him to have a spectacular game.
Mhm.
He had a cool game. I needed to have a spectacular game, and that's kind of what I'm kind of scared about with Gibbs. Just more of his. I feel like his rushing. And I know, guys. I know you're gonna say there's been games where he had crazy rushing games. I get it, but I feel like he hasn't been as efficient as we've seen him, and that's maybe with the scheme. It's not him. I'm not talking about the player himself. I'm talking about it's maybe the schematics around it. There was where Gibbs was getting bottled up in previous and quite a few weeks. Now he would hit it towards the end of the game, but yes, Rocco, I'm with you on that. I think sitting the wrong or starting and sitting the wrong guys is probably hurts a lot just because of if you started this one guy, you will be in it. I feel like the
Mhm.
first one, you have no control over that. You know what I mean? Like if your players just don't come out and play, shit, tough titties. You feel me?
Yeah, I still have nightmares over bad lineup decisions. It's terrible. It's a terrible affliction. I wouldn't wish on anybody. Did we come to a consensus? Brissett over Dak. We going Dak. I'm going Dak. I have Dak
Yes.
higher in my rankings.
Yep. I'm going Dak here.
All right, let's go.
Max is in that house. What's up, big dogs? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to your
Merry
player.
Christmas, my man.
Zach is in the house. Wandale Robinson or Terry McLaurin, with the New York Giants having the Raiders and Terry McLaurin having the Dallas Cowboys. Which way are you rolling, Rocco? I feel like Wandale.
This comes down to the question of, can Josh Johnson get the ball to Terry McLaurin?
Mhm.
I mean, the matchup's golden. I mean, both of them have a good matchup. Um, I think I think I'm gonna go with my priors on this one. I think Terry's more of that wide receiver one archetype. I feel like the Cowboys are gonna blow him out, but Washington should be able to score points, and I feel like they're gonna be in some kind of comeback mode at certain points. So I'm gonna go with Terry McLaurin, even if it happens in garbage time. What we say, garbage time still counts.
Garbage
Uh,
time.
I don't think Wandale's gonna have a bad game. He should give you a little bit more floor. So if you need a little more safety, go Wandale. But if you need to go YOLO in your championship game, you need points, big points. I would go with Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I'll say that a lot. It depends on the context of if you're how big of an underdog are you. Do you need a big day, like upside play? Then Terry McLaurin could actually be able to get you that. But if you need a good base floor, I think with receptions wise, Wandell gives you that to where you're safe in a safe space. Epic Ape Fight. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas back to you. PPR RB2 with Hampton and Henderson. And what? That's another guy that got hurt last week that you probably don't have for your championship week. Travion Henderson. I know that hurts, y'all. But with Hampton and Henderson and wide receiver two and flex with Sutton. Hold on. RB2 for Merry Christmas. PPR RB2 with Hampton and Henderson and wide receiver two and flex with Sutton, Evans, Pittman, Michael Wilson, Jennings, and Watson, and the other RB. Not really sure. Like what it
PPR RB2.
Oh, are you asking between Hampton and Travion Henderson?
If you have that choice, I would go with Hampton because Vidal's hurt and Henderson had a concussion. It looked like he was practicing. So I'm praying that he can play because the the matchup is golden against the Jets, who have just kind of collapsed in all areas. Um, and if you're going talking about the flex, I think I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to ride with the hot hand. For me, it's Jennings or Watts, and you got a lot of good options.
You do. I like honestly at the
He's got a lot of good options. Like I guess I would take off Pittman because he's been the coldest in this range. But what do you think, Huncho? Because I like all of them. I mean, like it's like throw a dart because they're all kind of like in the same range. If you need, I think Jennings and Watson are probably my highest there.
so Watson, it depends on health, I think. And then with Michael Wilson is still hot. I think even if with Marvin Harrison Jr. Potentially coming back. I'm not really scared. Michael Wilson still had a solid week. Who I think has been solid since coming back from injury, though, is Mike Evans. And Buccaneers still need to win today. Even the Panthers are number one in the NFC South right now. They took that by winning last week. The Tampa Bay Bucks have had such a catastrophic second half of the season to the point where they're going to potentially miss the playoffs. They're going to be playing, trying to do their hardest to win the day. Baker, Mike Evans, that whole team. I'm rolling with Mike Evans. I agree with you with Pittman being the coldest out of those. If you had said Alec Pierce, sign me up for Alec Pierce. He has made me a believer this year. I think he added to his. I always thought he was just a deep threat, but he's added to that this year. I think he's done a little bit more than be a deep threat, even though he still is a. He's been used as the deep threat for that team. Would you agree?
Yeah, I like Pierce, man, and he's actually a free agent. So this offseason, we're going to do a free agency pod. I wonder if he gets re-signed by the Colts because he will be a hot name in free agency, and he's actually a guy that I would like my Saints to look at because we have a legit deep ball thrower, and he represents an archetype that we don't have, that big field stretching type of guy that can also be utilized in the red zone. So I think he's going to make a lot of money this year. I think he's going to make upwards of $20 million on the open market, and that's just crazy, based on where he's come from, to start the season, to him being a damn near $20 million player. But yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
I can see him getting that Jacoby Myers type money.
Absolutely.
I think that's a good area for him. Max says, "Tell me about it. Made playoffs in 3 leagues, ship in 1 redraft, and 3rd place for the other 2 leagues." Man, I know, bro. This year is it has humbled me a bit. I know, in one of my leagues, I have won 80%. Now, this league has been going on for 3 years. I have won 80% of my regular season games. 0 championships to show for it.
Whew. That's terrible.
Zero.
That's terrible.
The first year was because of our commissioner forgot to implement first round buys for the top team. Rookie. So I got bounced out the first week, but then had like the next 2 weeks the biggest numbers against and would have won the chip. So, and that pissed me off. So I got knocked out the first round. The first year. My second year, which was last year, I made it to the championship, but lost in the championship with my guys getting hurt. CD Lamb was having a shoulder injury, didn't play, and a couple other cats that I was having. Came runner-up. I felt good. I felt good this year. I finished as the 2nd place team this year just to get bounced out the second round because my players didn't play. 80%, guys. I am 34-7, I believe, in that league for 3 years and zero championships.
Hey, let me tell you about my home league. My home league through 8 years, through 8 years. It's in its 10th year this year. Through 8 years, I had zero championships. I was 0-4 in our Super Bowl. Finally won last year, and I'm back in the Super Bowl this year. We'll see what happens. I can't call it until it happens because weird shit happens every single year in this league.
Mm.
I finally got one. Maybe I'll get two. We'll see what happens. The league lead for championships is two. Two guys have two championships, so hopefully I can join that particular winner's circle.
Right. Max also says I got to do some serious roster evaluation this offseason.
Yeah.
So do I. Across all leagues, tear everything down or go all in. I'm right there with you, Max. There's a
Mhm.
couple of my teams where I need to have a serious conversation with myself as I really tried to win it. A couple of my leagues, I tried to go full in for those first 2 years, and now a couple of my guys are either injured or older. And I'm looking, and I don't really have picks at the moment. So now I need to adjust. I need to see what is the next step for me, especially when you finish the third place. Uh, it's a lot of things I need to think about. So I'm right there with you, Max. How are you thinking of going about your roster evaluation in this
I'm gonna
off?
tell you. I'm gonna tell you what. I feel like the season sometimes could be a grind.
Mhm.
Um, it could be pretty stressful. The reward at the end is great. There's a bunch of highs and lows.
Yeah.
Once you hit that off season, especially in dynasty leagues, I mean, dynasty podcasts. Once you reach the end of the season, which is this week, you know, then kind of starts the more fun part, the team building. And I'll go through each and every roster. I'll go through each and every league.
Yep.
I'll figure out which ones that I won't return to. Not because my team suck. I love a good rebuild. I got a total teardown in the championship game this week. In its third year of rebuilding.
Mhm.
I love that. What I leave for is because a league is inactive, because nobody trades. Um, Nobody will respond to a trade offer.
Mhm.
Even to go tell me to go fuck myself. That's the least you can do. Sincerely, if you don't
Yeah.
like my trade, tell me to go fuck myself. Just don't leave me on red or leave me on unread and make me wonder if you're even a real person. I'll figure out which leagues I want to stay in and which ones I want to leave, and then it's coming up with a strategy for each team. Is my team older? So do I want to lean into a rebuild? Maybe I've won a championship and I've pocketed some money in this league. So yeah, let's rebuild it and let's create a super team from scratch.
And
Those are the options you have, and that's the fun part for me. The off season, the team building, you know, into the draft and trading, all that stuff. Startups start pretty early
yeah.
in a lot of leagues. I've done startups while the Super Bowl was going on, so those are a different level of sicko, which I am. And you can get some great values doing it that way because Sleeper doesn't set their ADP until later in the off season, so you're still going to be rolling off of 2025 ADP, so you can whatever breakout guy they're going to be buried and people are not paying attention, you can get a stud laden team. But this is this is the best part for me.
I agree with you right there, Rocco. And to that point, and one of the leagues that me and Rocco are in, DFB, the show, the first year, this is our second year. So 2025 is the second
Mm-hmm.
year of this league. First year, I had the worst team, bro, worst record, 3-11. This year, I had change that team all the way around, and I'm in the championship. That is what we're talking about right now. That's what Rocco is basically explaining. It's the fun part. You assess how you finish in the season, and then you figure out how you can pivot to be successful. What did I do for that team? I ended up trading for CMC. What did I do? I ended up trading for James Cook. What did I do? I ended up trading for Matthew Stafford. These are things, right? If you stay complacent, complacency in fantasy football is probably the number one contributor for failure for your fantasy team. Thinking that staying the same every year is going to get you the same result. Just because you won a championship the previous year, don't mean you're going to win the championship next. Just staying on your hands. So, in my opinion, I believe, yes, I agree with you. The next part of, after this week is the fun part of fantasy or dynasty. Because if you play redraft, then yes, this is the end of your time. You don't think about anything until the next following year. But for us dynasty or even Devi players, all year round, baby, like we say, this thing is 365. 365. It don't stop. We don't take no breaks. I don't agree. Like, oh, some people be like, oh, the season's over. Catch me back in March. Fuck no, bro. If you're one of those people, don't do that. All right, because I still want to make trades between January, February, March, and that's how I go about it. But quick break, and we get back to you guys. We have a quick from our good friends League Champ, where you can win a free NFL jersey by being the number one ranker. As of last week, we have a new winner. I keep, and it's pissing me off at this point. This is the second week that I have finished second, and it's making me upset, man. I thought I was gonna make a comeback. I should have two jerseys on me right now. But fun fact for everybody that know, because I've totally messed up. When I did my rankings, I literally just tapped create rankings and I did no changing of it from the default rankings that was on it. I submitted and I almost came in second. I didn't make any changes to it. I didn't make any changes to it. So if I did, I love because I went back and looked at it, Rocco. The shit had Purdy at like QB 30. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
You fucked up.
I was like, shit, man. But yes, dog. To Max's point, you got to do some roster evaluations. Literally starting after this week, you get be at it. Be one of the first for sure, for sure. Going down. Oh, this one. Quick break, and we be right back, y'all. Fourth and fantasy. Ew, and we are back. We are fourth in fantasy. I'm Honcho, and this is my guy,
Siriaco, Camaracco.
and we are your fantasy playbook to more championship wins. Like, share, and subscribe if this is your first time here, y'all. And just a little added, just if you are new, this has been that fact that we are talking about championship week. This has been a wonderful time for Fourth and Fantasy. We have enjoyed coming for y'all every week. This particular season too brought y'all the Morning Rush, our Sunday show, which we are kind of sad that is coming to an end, but also kind of glad we get a little bit of break time. We get just a tad bit of time back to ourselves. But the Morning Rush show, we got one more week, and that will be back next season. But Rocco, man, can you agree there's been a hell of a year so far? Just bringing fantasy content to the peoples.
Oh man, the growth has been incredible, and we couldn't do this without each and every one of you showing up for all of these chats. challenging us with your start sit questions and giving us the chance to kind of walk you through our thought process. Our process might not be right every single time. Weird shit happens in the NFL, but we're gonna give you the tools and the knowledge that we have when we're making our own decisions. So hopefully it helped you, get a little bit closer to a championship. And thank you for joining us. It's Christmas Day, and we're still going crazy in the chat. So I had no expectations when we said we were going to do this. And to have the chat filled up, fills me with gratitude. So thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it. Once again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We hope you're enjoying a wonderful day with your families in this time as we all look for football and food and more family, man. The three F's again. So shout out to everyone tuning in that has tuned into Force and Fantasy this year, that has tuned into the morning rushes, that all the friends that we made this year, I feel like we've made more of an emphasis of getting or co-collaborating with more of the people in the community this season, and I'm glad that we was able to bring the content that we have been able to bring for the audience. So once again, like Rocco said, shout out to everybody for the support, and not even on the YouTube part and the morning rush part. Shout out to everyone that has joined our Discord. Shout out to everyone that has followed us on Twitter. Shout out to everyone on Blue Sky. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. We're almost at 500 on TikTok. Like, thank you to across the board on all social medias. Thank you everybody for tuning into Fourth and Fantasy. We can't do this without y'all, and we really do appreciate y'all tuning in. But let's get back to the nitty gritty. Mr. Max says, I think I lost the trade with Rocco. Terry plus a 26 4 for Pittman. Alec Pierce getting lots of love. Yeah, man. But who would have thought that Alec Pierce was going to go off like he has been going off this year? So
Yeah, I mean, I didn't trade him Pierce. I traded him Pittman in the fourth for Terry because I was trying to get some points to get to the final. I didn't get to the final, so I like Terry. I think he still has a couple more years of good football.
Damien,
What's
what's
up?
happening, pimp? What's happening, player? Merry Christmas to you, dog. What's up, my guys? Merry Christmas. Forced to spend time with family now. Forced. Since it's cold. Backup cue for Xmas. I still watch LOL. Rocco, we about to pick 10. 7 and 10 after all that misery early.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about. How about those Saints, man? Fucking 5-game winning streak to the end of the season. I called it. I called it when I was at the game, man. The fucking energy in that building was electric. I almost wasn't upset that Estime didn't get the rock like he should have, even though he did have one of the plays of the game. In that game, he got a swing pass. The guy dove at his feet. He bounced off of that, and then he hurdled another guy. Man, it was a fun play to see in person. But also, man, shout out to Taysom Hill, man. He's been one of the best players I've ever seen for the Saints, and for them to give him a shot to shine in potentially his last game at the Dome was just awesome to see. So yeah, 7 and 10. We're gonna beat the Titties this week, and then we're gonna beat those dirty birds in their own stadium. Fuck those guys. Sorry. Sorry. I know you're a Falcons fan.
No, you're good. Hey, man.
But that's our rivalry.
I've already, for like when people talk about the Cowboys or the Falcons, I already chalked up the season, dog. I'm on to 2026 and ready for bigger and better. But Kid asks, Vikings, Ravens, or Cowboys defense? LOL. I think it's funny. I would be on and look at the other matchups between the Vikings. Right, the Vikings are going against the Detroit Lions. Now Detroit still needs to win. And to reassure that they do secure their place into the playoffs. And then you have the Baltimore Ravens, who don't have Lamar Jackson, which scares me because I believe Green Bay could end up rolling over these guys quite quickly, right? So if you in a pinch and you need once again, you're talking about the Vikings, they're going against Detroit. That they're going to get hopefully they're going to get Detroit's best game. And then you got the Ravens who going against Green Bay. And honestly, if you ask me, I don't think it's going to be a fun game. I'm expecting a snore fest from this one.
Mhm.
I mean, this is not me being a homer. This is me thinking that the Cowboys want to end the season on a high note and not get embarrassed by our NFC rival. I'm sliding with the Cowboys defense. I know wide receivers have typically had their days against us and QBs, but I don't think Josh Johnson is somebody that scares me very much.
Uh,
And go ahead.
no, just a fun fact about Josh Johnson. The last time he had a good game in the NFL was 2021 in Week 16 against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, if anybody can make Josh Johnson look good, it's the Cowboys defense. But also, I feel like he's gonna have a lot of turnover worthy plays, even if the Cowboys give up 21 points. Uh, with 3 touchdowns to Terry McLaurin today. I think there will be some. I think there will be at least one return touchdown for the Cowboys, and that'll make your day.
Tyler Perry. Is that true player? 3334 Fairburn, who is used more, or Aubrey Devontae? Okay, so I guess this is a 2 part question.
Two,
So
yeah.
yeah, Fairburn or Aubrey. I'm gonna go with Aubrey. I think he's had 2 bad weeks, and I think he wants to come on top. And the Cowboys offense I hope, is going to have a day. He's going to get his fair chances at his attempts. Feel good with Aubrey. And then he asked Devontae Smith or Burden. Rocco, how do you feel about this, man?
Yeah, I think this is a good day for Aubrey to come on top. I'm gonna go with Devonta Smith. I think Burden has the talent to have a good game, but I mean he's been in and out the lineup, and we just don't know what kind of game flow that is. It worries me. I don't want to bet on a guy that I haven't really seen do it over Devonta Smith. And Devonta Smith are playing the Bills, so I feel like the Bills can push the Eagles just a little bit to score points. So in those type of game scripts, I love Devonta Smith. So I'm going to go with my stud there. Burden, your time is 2026, maybe one of these last couple games. He might have an awesome playoff game at some point. I'm not sure if this is going to be the week. And I'm going to go with Schultz. He's the hot hand. We don't know if Kittle's playing yet, so Tungus is a good pivot if you got Kittle. I'm thinking about starting Tungus in a spot, but Schultz has been pretty friggin' good down the stretch, so I would go with him. He's been more studly and more consistent as the starter for the Houston Texans.
I agree with you
Mr.
right
Perry.
there. I'm going the same way Rocco is going. I'm going Devontae Smith, and I'm going Dalton Schultz. Tungus has looked cool, but I don't think they need him this week or need him. So honestly, I roll with Dalton Schultz. Good pick right there, Rock. And also, he says, "Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas, man. I don't know your movies that well, but maybe I'll watch one since you popped in to our podcast. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe because we can use some Tyler Perry love to get out to a more massive community.
Exactly. Max, he said he's going to ask this one in the Discord, but we can answer this one also on live. Kobe Parkinson or AJ Barner? I am not getting Parkinson again. I know that's a crazy sentence. I ain't gonna lie, but I feel like AJ Barner has more of a role. Could Kobe end up coming and having a cool week? Sure. We need to hear more news about Devontae Adams, who I still think is out this week. Sure.
Yeah, he's out for the regular season. I think I saw that somewhere. It was speculated on, but it makes the most sense for him not to play until the playoffs.
Yep. Okay, with them hamstrings, you got to be careful. It doesn't take much to re-injure that thing. So, Kobe Parkinson or AJ Barner? So I was a fan of AJ Barner before the season started. I know when a lot of people, when the Seahawks selected Arroyo, they were like, "Oh, AJ Barner's out of there. He's not going to be the starter." He's been and held the starter position all year and had some very solid weeks. Nevertheless, Rocco, do you feel good with Parkinson or do you feel better with Barner here? With Parkinson and the Rams going against the Falcons and AJ Barner and the Seahawks going against the Carolina Panthers.
Um, I like Barner. I think he's more of a consistent part of the offense than Parkinson. Parkinson had those blow up weeks, but then he basically just about fucked most people that started him in the first round. Was it the first? Was it the second round of the playoffs this past week? He kind of fucked. I mean, I wouldn't say he fucked us. I would say that the coaching staff,
yeah,
because they used him more as a blocker against the Seahawks' ferocious defense, and they used Terrence Ferguson, who I love as a talent. So if we can get Ferguson to kind of start taking over those that Parkinson role, I mean, it's fireworks in the sky because Ferguson is better in every single way than Parkinson, who's more of a jag type player.
Agreed. And I think if you have Ferguson, 2026 is going to be the year that he actually does break out. I feel it. I feel really
so
good.
much. I got so much. Got so much. Come on, Ferguson.
I feel
He dropped the turd this year. But
yeah, bro, I'm really good on. I feel very solid on that take where he's because he's had times where he's blossomed. He had times of where he has shown you glimpses of the player he could be. He just needs more opportunity. And what the Rams are doing right now with throwing out basically a 3 tight end head monster between Higbee, Parkinson, Ferguson, and I believe Davis is also sometimes on the damn field too. So
that shit pissing me off. All these different tight ends. Who you think y'all, the Steelers?
Right. God damn it. We don't need all that, man. So yeah, we're rolling with AJ Barner on that one over oh boy, Coben Parkinson.
Love it.
And then James Robertson, pick 1. Justin Jefferson, Troy Frank. Which once again, I will never get over the fact that we're at this point with Justin Jefferson and him. Not to say that Emeka Ibuka doesn't deserve, or I won't say that he doesn't deserve to be next to Justin Jefferson at all when it comes to value-wise. If someone's like, I need the same for Emeka Ibuka that it would take to get a Justin Jefferson, I'm telling that person to go to hell. Okay?
Go fuck yourself, sir.
Right. Go fuck yourself. Exactly. On Christmas at that. No. Justin Jefferson, Troy Franklin, Emeka Ibuka, or Jalen McMillan.
Is that Jalen or Tetaroa? Because if it's Tetaroa,
right. Yes, I think it's
quite easy for me.
Yes, I think it would be Tetaroa McMillan here, as in Jalen wouldn't make sense and to have 2 Buccaneers on here. Which way you rolling, Rock? Are we still fading? Are you trusting Justin Jefferson for your championship week?
With Max Bosner? Fuck no. I mean, we saw him have the worst game we've ever seen anybody have in the history of quarterbacking. And I go a long way back, but that was fucking terrible. So, yeah. I mean, Jefferson wasn't doing much with JJ McCarthy. He definitely ain't doing shit with Max Bosner unless there's some weird, long touchdown type of throw at some point, deep in garbage time. But for me, it's Tetaroa McMillan, probably going with Ibuka second. Just based off of coach speak because they said they want to get him involved. So that's probably the way I'm going with this one.
I'm rolling the same way with my boy Rocco here. And James, Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays, player, man.
Hope share, and subscribe.
Hope the rest of your day goes well with you and the family, and drink all the eggnog. There's gonna be no eggnog slander out there, okay? I'll drink me up some good, and I've been having some coquito as of late. So, for all the horchata coquito people, I need to go get me a bottle ASAP. I had me some homemade coquito yesterday. It was delicious. Max says, "Good chat. I gotta run. My family's coming over. Enjoy the time, man. Enjoy it. I know we all people get hyped up on the gifts that you get, and that's the main talk. But you should enjoy the time with your family. The years that go by, the more that I reminisce on the times when my younger years and my mom and dad and brothers and waking up and running downstairs and looking at presents and stuff like that. So enjoy the time with your family, man. Gifts is cool, but family is really the main point about today. 100%. Katime,
My
good
man.
morning. Folks, Merry Christmas and best wishes from Spain. I always love, and once again, y'all, the fact that I always get hyped that we are international. We are in Spain. We are in the UK. Come on now. Come on now. That as as a podcast that once again we literally started filming, shooting Fourth and Fantasy as of last year in early November, and
Mhm.
to be honestly in season 2 going next year by summertime we'll be going into season 3 of Fourth and Fantasy. Crazy times, man. So once again, appreciate everybody that has tapped in so far, bro.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas.
Big Ben, Dynasty Big Mac, who is also another one of our good friends on the Dynasty Gambit. Yes, Dynasty had to think about that. Dynasty Gambit.
He's also part of the Devi Dojo now, so he's definitely branching out.
This.
He's definitely branching out, and he's got his feet in several different boats right now.
Well, one of the main people we go to when it comes to injuries and trying to get more intel on that. Shout out to them and what they do over there as well. Merry Christmas to you, Ben, and the family, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Let's get these dubs. Katimi says, "Best of luck in week 17." Thank you. I'm definitely trolling. The league that I didn't pick, the computer picked all my guys, is a league with one of my coworkers and his friends, and I joined that one. So, which made it funny. To put more context in it, they ended up vetoing a trade I got to acquire a chain at one point of the year, and I still made the play. Still made the championship without him. I made sure to reach out to my coworker and to let them know of y'all tried to stop the boy, and you still couldn't stop the boy, and you still couldn't stop the kid. Tyler Perry, Cowboys defense are playing a third string quarterback. Exactly. Feel good about that one. Clint Walt. Good morning to you and happy holiday. Well, not good morning. Good afternoon. Oh, it depends on where you're at, I guess. Good morning, good afternoon, either one. Have PPR, McLaurin, or JCM. Both of the guys are on the Commanders, Rocco. So which way we rolling? He also says thanks and Merry Christmas.
I mean, I feel like it's got to be Terry McLaurin. JCM, he's had some moments, but he's still splitting the rock with Chris Rodriguez and Jerry McNichols on certain passing down snaps and in the 2-minute drill. So there's his floor is super low. I mean, he could have a good game and only get you 5 points unless he scores a touchdown. So I'm definitely going McLaurin. I wouldn't overthink it, especially if you got to go with two commandos. I would definitely go with McLaurin. That's easy for me.
And just also a note, I'm rolling with my boy Rocco, what he said, scary Terry. But here's also another fact. Since in the last 6 weeks, Cowboys have the second ranked run defense. If y'all didn't know, we've only allowed about like 72 yards per game. So yeah, since the last six weeks or so, Cowboys have the number 2 rush defense. Do with that information as you will. Start scary Terry, even though I don't like either. And Chris
All right,
Rodriguez,
guy. Continue. Yo, yeah. You hit on it.
Chris Rodriguez is out. That means JCM up. We saw him get a bullshit touchdown last week.
I mean that just means that he'll be splitting with McNichols.
Yeah, McNichols.
Slightly more. So I still don't trust either one.
Katimi also says, I only need to decide to start JCM today over either Manungai or Pollard. Pollard has had the weirdest 3 weeks to where he was just a guy. I won't say he's just a guy, but he wasn't, he was like, okay. And then he's damn near big. I say he's had that Chigo Aquanku, however you say his name, type of weeks in the fantasy playoffs. And or just playoffs or towards the later year of the fantasy season. JCM, Manunkai, or Pollard with the Bears having, looking at it now, Bears are going against the 49ers, and then Pollard, as we spoke about, the Titans are going against the Saints. Are you rolling with Krosky Merritt over those guys, Rocco?
No, I have both comfortably over JCM. I'm likely not starting JCM again this year. I want to see how the rest of the season plays out, and maybe we get to look at him next year. But unless I'm truly desperate, I'm not starting JCM for the rest of the year. Manungai has been a stud every time he gets the ball. I mean, he's making plays on limited carries. Just every single time he gets a carry, he's just so hard to bring down. He's through the tackles. He can make stuff happen in space. And to your point about Pollard's been awesome for the last 3 weeks. I think he has 3 straight 100-yard games. Let me see. I'm just kind of looking at the. I think I'm gonna roll with Pollard in this one. I feel like they found something with Pollard. They found out how to block for him, and I think he gets another 100-yard game. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense against my Saints. Who the Saints aren't a bad run defense; they're kind of more towards the middle. But Pollard's run on everybody for the last 3 weeks, so I'm going to ride with that hot hand.
A hot hand, baby. And just a note, against the New York Jets versus New Orleans Saints, Brees Hall only had 54 yards, and that was a 3.4 yards per carry.
Well, that's because they got a Mickey Mouse quarterback.
Yeah. Against the Panthers, Rico Dowdle has 16 carries, 49 yards, which totaled out to be a 3.1 yards per carry. Chuba, 3.6 yards per carry. And then if we're going all the way even to the Bucks game between the Saints, Bucky Irving, 3.7 yards per carry. The Saints defense has been stepping up against the running backs. So I would go Tony Pollard here. Like Rocco said, ride the hot hand and feel good about it, Katimi. And we hope that gets you a championship, big dog. Jay Reyes, help me. May or Burrow? Pick 3. A-Chain, Javonte Williams, Harvey, Emmanuel Wilson, or Michael Carter. Rocco, how are you feeling? I know a lot of people both have May and Burrow have pretty good matchups this week. How are we feeling about them to get a chip?
To get a chip, May or Burrow, I'm gonna go with May here. I have him slightly higher, but both are good options. You can't really go wrong. You can blindfold pick one of them, and both of them have, good matchups. The only thing that would be even slightly scary for May is the Jets have totally packed it in, and maybe he doesn't play the full game, but in the game he does play, I think he can get you 3 touchdowns and 200 plus yards. Burrow with the Cardinals, they can actually score points, so they may push each other a little more. Mm-hmm. I kind of go back and forth on those. I think I'm going to go with May because he has a little bit more running utility. And as far as 3, A-Chain is obviously easy. You never take him out. I don't know if Josh Jacobs is out. Emmanuel Wilson becomes an interesting play. I'm not starting Carter, even though he has most of the opportunity. I think I'm going to go with A-Chain, Javonte Williams, and Harvey. I think those guys have the most upside of everybody on that list. Because if you start Emmanuel Wilson or Michael Carter in the championship game and they dud out, that's going to be like we talked about. one of those kind of galaxy brain type of things where you're just pissed off at yourself. I'd rather go down with my studs in this one.
And all right, we'll answer these next few quick ones fairly quickly. We had a hard cutoff we just wanted to be on for an hour and try to get off before the 1 o'clock game. Once again, thank you for everybody that has tuned in, took their time out of their day to tap in with us on this wonderful Merry Christmas, man. It's very much appreciated. Frosty the Red, no, wrong song. Frosty the Snowman, Frosty the Snow. Fuck it, man. I don't know the song. Frosty 26. I tried.
Frosty the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Everybody knows that one.
I messed up. Woody or Bill? Which way
Is
we
Woody
going?
healthy?
I feel like Woody always gets fucking hurt, bro. I'm rolling with Bill. Let me check on that one for you real quick. But
He missed week 16, but he practiced fully on Tuesday, and he's expected to return in week 17 versus the Chargers. But also the Chargers have a good run defense. I think in this situation, I feel like I'm going to go with Bill and buy into his opportunity, over Woody Marks.
well, how did that one song? Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill. Yeah, go with Bill.
Yeah. You're not going to get a Woody this week.
Not a Woody this week, man. Not a good one at that. Tingly. Hey, yo, Merry Christmas.
Tinga.
Fex McLaurin today, or wait on Henderson and pivot to the wire. And during championship week, you want to play that? You want to take that chance? I get it. Travion Henderson is a player. He is the guy, right? But if he's ruled out and you're looking to waivers to win a championship,
I think I'm rolling with McLaurin. I think I feel that if he, I feel like we've waited all season to get the McLaurin versus the Cowboys matchup, and even with the third string quarterback, I'm just gonna buy into the matchup in that there will be some garbage time in this game at the very least.
agreed. Mick Skippy. I actually like your name, dog. Mick Skippy. Damn, I'm waiting on Henderson, but could play JCM today with Kittle waiting on him. Yeah, bro, a lot of injuries right now. This kind of sucks. But I could play Ferguson, but I picked up Jake Tungus if Kittle is out. I have Jake Ferguson ahead of. I guess I need to know which one, Jake Ferguson or the T Ferguson for the Rams. But I would say I have Ferguson ahead of Tungus because I think Ferguson has a good opportunity to score today, especially against a Commanders defense that has been banged up. Hey, and Tingley, yeah, man, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Merry Christmas to you, big dog. But I would feel good or okay with starting Ferguson over Tungus if Kittle is out. I would also, if you're waiting on Henderson and could play Bill, once again, Cowboys the last 6 weeks have been the number 2 best rushing defense. Do with that information as you will. Quentin Williams, I believe, is going to be playing today. He's back as he missed last week with a concussion. It's going to be a hard stepping for JCM today. But I don't think you can. It's risky, I would say, to wait for Henderson at this point. Trying to get down this list. Jay Reyes, yep, thank you. You're welcome.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah. X Verad, CJ, Bryce, or Aaron Rodgers as a quick hitter. Rocco, what do you think?
I think I'm going with CJ Stroud. He's been pretty good since he came back from injury.
I'm with CJ as well. Michael sorry if I mispronounced this. Regine, PS7, Saints or Rams defense. That's a little tough one, but I would probably.
I think I'm going Saints here.
Saints here.
Cousins is good enough to where he can put up a few points.
It's chance on Josh Johnson or waivers. Shit, bro. Brother. You might want to go to waivers because it depends on who's on them waivers. Michael also said he needs one flex and one running back, full PPR. Pick two: Kyron Williams, Woody, Dowdle, Michael Carter, or Corum. He needs one flex and one running back. I would say, obviously, Kyron Williams got to be your one running back. Even though, honestly, I think he's just going to get gets the touches. But Kyron Williams, I like what you said because he put Corum in here as well. So which means you noticed that Corum has been getting more play. But if you needed a flex, I'm tossing Woody out. But I'm tossing Woody out because I just don't know about his health. Rico, you know what? Just because of the week, go Michael Carter with your flex, and then Kyron Williams as your running back. That's how I would have flowed with it. Unless Dowdle's doing his thing. What do you think, Rocco?
Oh man, the wife made me a White Russian, so I'm about to get food bar in about 5 minutes. So we don't have much left. We got some games coming up.
That boy Rocco about to be loose as a goose.
The gummy's still hitting from yesterday, so I'm glad I can make sentences and not go there.
Loose as a goose.
The goose is getting loose. Kyron Williams, you always start your studs, and he's a stud until he's not. And how many do I have to pick? Two?
You just need pick. So you just got to pick one. So you picked your one running back, and now you need one flex.
All right. So one running back and one flex. I think I'm not starting two Rams. I'm going with Michael Carter. I think Michael Carter is going to get some opportunity, but look out for Kiner. Kiner got some touches last week. He is on the field.
He is on the field, baby. King Sosa, JCM or Manangai? JCM.
Manangai.
Actually, I think he'll get more touches, but actually, I take that back because I take Manangai just because, like I said, Cowboys have and Quentin Williams is back. They've had the number 2 running defense the last 6 weeks. Manangai. Dak, JJ, and like, share, and subscribe. JJK Eats 1262. Dak or Stafford? Tough one. Good one question at that. I'm going with Dak. But Matthew Stafford and the Falcons against the Falcons could be a game. Very tough one for me right there. I think both have high upside, but Dak has both of his weapons. I'm going with Dak.
See, the Falcons got a weird defense. Like every once in a while, they'll show up. They got good pass rushers. They got a good secondary. I think I have Dak higher in my league champ, but I think I'm going to change that. I think the Cousins can kind of push the Rams a little bit, and it's hard. I mean, Stafford's on an absolute heater right now. You can't go wrong with either one. Let me just put that out there. But I think I'm going to go with Stafford in this one.
I like it. Michael, benching Ibuka, my choices. My choices are Parker Washington, Jaden Higgins, DK. Not pretty. It's not pretty. Parker Washington has actually come alive though. So if you are benching Ibuka, Parker Washington wouldn't be a bad choice for me. What do you think, Rob?
I know he had an awesome. Did he have like a fucking like a legendary type of game last week?
Over 20.
Yeah. Let me see something real quick. I'm just kind of looking at something. We get 145 fucking yards last week. He's been involved in the offense, so I think I'm gonna go. I think I can get behind. I think I can get behind Parker Washington. Sorry.
We're going with Parker Washington.
Oh, did he? Merry Christmas.
Oh, did he? Badges 4358. Cowboys or Lions defense? I'm going with the Lions defense because they are going against a Mickey Mouse ass quarterback, as Rocco would say.
Yeah, both of them are. But yeah. Yeah, go Lions today.
Go Lions. Thanks, guys. You are great. Merry Christmas.
Thank you for fucking with us all season.
King Sosa, thank y'all. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. If you're new here, like, share, and subscribe. It helps out in more ways than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, the season might be coming to an end, but we not. Content going. We still got more content to produce, man. Christian Sanchez, Debo, Pacheco, or Alvin Kamara.
Alvin's not playing.
Then now you're down to two choices. So Debo or Pacheco.
Debo. Don't invest in any of the Chiefs.
Debo, man. Smitty, welcome back to the show. Pick two wide receivers, Sutton, Olave. We're trying to cut up out of here before we get to these games. So we're actually 15 minutes over. We had a hard cutoff at an hour, but because we're still rolling and growing, man.
We had a rock hard cutoff, but y'all keep coming.
Yeah. Damn, that's a crazy sentence. He says pick two wide receivers: Sutton, Olave, T. Higgins, Myers, and out of the two, not picked one of them, or Aaron Jones in the flex. I'm not doing Vikings with that fucking quarterback this week, so I would feel good with Olave, and I would feel good about Jacoby Myers. How about you, Rocco?
You hit it on the head. Let's go.
Lucius. Sit one. Waddle, Flowers, Krosky, or Michael Carter. Rodriguez out today, so causing me some pause.
Arr.
Arr.
Arr. I would sit. Oh man, for me it's Krosky or Carter. You can flip a coin there. I'm probably sitting Krosky.
Sit Krosky
because I think Carter is more likely to get some catches.
Yeah, sit Krosky. That's me and Rocco lockstep on that one. Cole, like, share, and subscribe. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, wherever you're at. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, my G. He
like, share, and subscribe.
JCM, Michael Wilson, or Woody? Michael Wilson for me.
Michael Wilson easily. That team is the most throwingest team in the league, if that's a word. So buy into that volume.
Smitty also asks, what about the flex out of the two not picked? So since we said the two not picked, Waddle, Flowers, Krosky, or Michael Carter, so he still had to sit. So for the two, what about the flex? He still needs a flex. So the two that
if Higgins is healthy, I think I start T absolutely has league winning upside when he plays. I know he hasn't played the last couple of weeks, but if that dude plays, that he's easily the choice for me.
And then last one, and we're gonna get up out of here. Ramondre or Chase Brown? Chase Brown, brother. Go with
Chase Brown. Those points. Chase Brown. Chase those points. Chase Brown. Those points.
Chase Brown. But that has been today's show, Christmas Day edition, brought to you by Fourth and Fantasy. Thank you all who has tuned in, tapped in with us today. Hope y'all get some championship wins, man. It's only the first day. We got more. There's game Saturday and there's game Sunday. But we're, like we always said, for basically the whole season, we are your fantasy playbook to more championship wins. And Rocco, where we are the land of.
We are a fantasy football podcast for Dynasty Sickos by Dynasty Sickos. Everybody's welcome. And this last guy, sit Waddle.
Sit Waddle. He's saying start London, start
Mickey Mouse quarterback.
Start Zay Flowers. That's Rocco's choice. And we're getting up out of here. This is Fourth and Fantasy. We got another break from League Champ where you can win a free NFL jersey during the playoffs by being the number one ranker. Hope everyone has a great Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Until next time. Catch y'all Sunday.